Hi guys! It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I always start my videos like that probably, but it's actually been a while since I've been recording one of these talking videos. It's probably been over like a month or so. So all my experience, all my practices are all out the window. I gotta start back from scratch. But today I have a really important topic that I want to share with you again, as always, which is you are who you speak. And this topic really resonates hard with what I'm doing right now in front of the camera. Because ever since I started YouTube, or ever since I started the pursuit of YouTube, it's always been about how I wanted to better the connections between what I think and what I'm capable of expressing with my words. Because regardless of how much time and how much effort I've put in my younger days, and even up till now, even up till like yesterday, in the bathroom, singing, taking a shower, pondering about life, thinking about the topics that I hold dearly close, thinking about what is love, what is friendship, all those important things that really defines the perspectives and the thoughts that we have as a person. Even if you have a lot of wisdom, for instance, even if you are a 10 in terms of how much you think and how deeply you think, if all you can do to give out those thoughts or to express yourself and to articulate your thoughts is a mere 1 or a 2, you're always going to be a 1 or a 2 to other people. And well, not always, because actions speak louder than words. I know, and I'm fully aware of that. But I don't think that term really crosses right now, because if you do an oopsie action, well, that kind of frames you for a while, especially in front of strangers. But if you're trying to show your deepest thoughts and how and what you are as a person, it takes a lot of time if you want to show that with your actions. And, it's a very valid way to do it, but in most cases, and when we step out of our comfort zone, when we have to meet strangers, we usually have words and we usually have conversations to show who we are to other people. And that's the basic point of the entire video. Well, that it's a different thing for you to be a good thinker and you to be a good expresser. You really need concentrated dedication and discipline and exercise in order to be able to articulate your thoughts with more higher clarity and resolution towards other people. And a part of me, when I was starting YouTube, I always want to reach out as much people as I can, right? And sometimes that means that I want to share how and who I am to you guys. But even in that case, and even in the cases where I want to meet up with other people, for instance, YouTubers or even viewers in real life, and if I get to speak, if I have the chance to speak with them in front of the camera or even privately, it's always going to be burning down to how well I can show my thoughts with my words. And that might seem like a very vague goal to reach. And that's why it makes it hard, because it's also something that you have to come to a self-compromise at some point, right? You can't really take a look back on how far you've come, because there's no such thing as fixed standards, or there aren't actual things like numbers, like, oh, you think as a 10 but you speak as a 1, 2. That was just a simple expression or a comparison. There's no such thing as 1 or 2 or 10. It's always the feeling that you know what you're talking about and you know what you're talking when you're thinking at the same time. But that's why it's so easy to give up in the middle, Because even for me, sometimes I stutter. Sometimes, well, most of the times I forget my words. I don't know my words. I don't know how to express my thoughts. Sometimes my thoughts stop in the middle. And, if I go down even to more examples and the real experiences that I found as a burden when I'm making these videos, I can go on for days. And I'm probably going to have a lot more coming through my way. And it's a stressful journey. It's a hard journey because it requires a consecutive execution and a lot of self-criticizing in order for you to reach that goal. And even if sometimes you feel like you reached that goal, even if you think you're making progress, you come back the other day and if you get nervous a little bit, if there are some other factors that makes you feel a little more anxious. It feels like as if it all went down the bin. But that doesn't change how much important speaking and expressing yourself to other people is. That's why I've been making these videos, and that's why I'm going to keep pursuing making these videos. If I can make a video, and if I can just give it to the world, and if that hopefully spreads enough hope and love to a lot of people, that makes me so happy. That's not all, because I truly believe that there will be instances where you can also spread hope and love to other people while engaging in a, actual conversation with them, regardless of it being offline or online. You're going to still have another interactor talking to you. And when you do, when you try to reach deep into their hearts, and it's more importantly, if you try to reach deep into your heart, first of all, in all honesty, you need to know how to speak in your own language that's based on your own thoughts. And that's really hard. That's something that I've found really challenging as a person who's been trapped inside their own mind for forever. But I suppose that expressing your thoughts in words for a higher clarity and with more abundant adjectives, or with more sincerity, is really important to all. And if there are some people out there who are going through the exact same struggles, the exact same journey of trying to better themselves as a fluent speaker, I wish the best for both of us. See ya.